This video was requested by a gorgeous geek. What's up, my gorgeous geeks? It's Cashryn here with a brand new video, and today we're going to be reviewing Overlord.
We cannot resist that which is.
The anime is based on the light novel by the same name written by Kugane Maruyama. Both the light novels and the manga were licensed on November 8, 2016 in North America by Yen Press. The anime that we will be reviewing was adapted by Madhouse Studios and consists of 13 episodes, which aired from July 7th to September 29, 2015. What makes Overlord so different from other isekai stories is the brevity of the show. This will ultimately become both a curse and a gift for Overlord, as it does give us a pretty strong story through and through. However, sadly, by the end of the show, nothing really progresses. Unlike most isekai stories, Overlord starts off really strong, and as the story progresses, surprisingly enough, the story actually keeps that momentum all the way through. Where Overlord's plot really falls is in the destination. After watching the final episode, I was left just kind of with one question: where do we go from here? The story seems like it was built upon a second season, and this would have been the case if they would have used a cliffhanger at the very end. Now, as of this recording, there is a scheduled season 2, and I'm actually quite excited to see more about the show that we haven't gotten to see in the first season, and I'm hoping a lot of the questions I have from season 1 will get answered in season 2, and maybe get a little bit more story and plot as we progress. Sadly, the weakest part of the show comes from its characters. Even the main character isn't all that interesting. The NPCs or side characters have far more personality than even the main characters sometimes. What would have been nice to have seen was more with the side characters within the show. Maybe even give them some background storylines for each one of them as maybe progressive filler. And it would have been nice to have seen how they were made by all the different members of the guild. The animation is absolutely beautiful and crisp. Everything is well drawn out, and there is definitely much attention to detail. The art designs of each character are unique in nature, and each character holds their own in terms of personality and style. Action scenes are well drawn and clear, with absolutely no quality loss, and very artistic and creative scenes. This was the most impressive part of the show for me. If you don't know much about editing, there's something called a dump file, and dump files are used when you have fast-paced action scenes. You need to. There's no way for you to go frame by frame, making all the details of every single punch work. So to make it easier, they use dump files. These are pictures that look awful, but they're so quick in the show you don't even notice them. And in Overlord, dump files were almost seamless. I didn't even know what I was looking at sometimes, and I don't know if that's just I don't have the eye for it, or if that's just how well they did in terms of hiding it. At this current time, and to my knowledge, there's only a subbed version of Overlord. However, both the voice acting and the voiceover work are very well done and very believable with high quality. The sound effects actually weren't all that bad, as most of the sound effects come from magic-based sounds. I didn't have much of an issue as I usually do with sound effects. However, the ones that were blade-like and physical-like, those ones I had a little bit of an issue with. It did sound a little bit like it was just a soundbite, but other than that, everything sounded very well done. Now, the OST was sadly nothing really special, and I just found it a little bit boring, and rather not very impressed with the music in the show. Don't get me wrong, it did fit well. However, it just wasn't much of an ear grabber, and it didn't really bring me into the moment as the music should. And so I found it to be not that great, but as far as what it had to do for the show, it hit its mark. Now, as I've been recently doing in most of these anime reviews recently, I would like to take some time out of this review and really shout out someone who really deserves it. This goes out to Shinto Genesis. Now, if you've never seen this guy's work, he does a lot of different stuff, from anime reviews to something he calls Fuck, Marry, Kill series, which I wouldn't mind being a part of. Wink wink. He also creates fantastic anime reviews, as I said before, and very interesting comparison videos. There were so many different reasons why he should have one of the shout out spots on one of my videos, but the main reason for me, the reason why I chose him in this video, is that he simply is just a really awesome guy. He opened up a whole nother world to me. He was really just kind, where most people on YouTube, not so much. So, as the Overlord, thank you so much, Shinto. You're the best. As always, guys, I will leave 3 of his videos down below that I used for editing in this video, and make sure you go over to his channel, give him some love, and tell him Cashryn sent you. Now, as the final verdict for Overlord, I would have to recommend that you buy this one. It definitely deserves to be shelved. Now, it is true I did say that I was left watching this unsatisfied. However, it wasn't in a distasteful way, but because I wanted to see more. Almost like a fat kid wanting more cake.
You want that cake? You want this cake? I want it.
Now, for recommendations I have for Overlord, they are very similar in the sense that they are all isekai genre-based shows. First on the list would have to be Re:Zero. As far as similarity between Overlord and Re:Zero, there's hardly anything similar to the two shows other than their genres. They are both well-animated shows with wonderful sound effects. However, that's about as similar as they get. The next one on the list is going to have to be Log Horizon. As far as most of these isekai genres, I love Log Horizon more than any of the others that are out there. There's far more similarities between these two shows than the others, as they are both being trapped in a game, but also with the main characters being the leaders of their group with OP abilities and their strategic minds. Although the animation is better in Overlord, the sound effects and OST are far more superior in Log Horizon. That's going to be it for this review, guys. As always, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're already a subscriber, make sure to ring that bell. That way you could be first on a video and you get to comment first on my video for the very first time. As always, guys, this has been Cashryn. Until next time, stay excellent to each other.
That's right. That's right. Attaboy, Clarence.